I have always been obsessed with these types of games. You know the ones I'm talking about. Top-down, settlement survival, city building games. They've always done something for me. Assuming the role of mayor, king, or tropical dictator of my own little town really scratched some kind of itch for me. However, no game I've ever played has ever lived up to the title of infinitely replayable. For whatever reason, all of the city building games I have ever played have eventually stopped being all that fun, their novelty eventually fading away. Until recently, I thought that was inevitable. Games simply run their course. Whatever. That was until I bought This game is infinitely replayable. This game basically took my entire January, and right now, while I'm not too busy playing the game to write a review, I am going to attempt to explain why this game is truly infinitely replayable. Starting with my first point. Rimworld always provides you with something to do, keeping you engaged. At the start of the game, you'll quickly come to realize that humans are quite squishy. They have very human needs. You're immediately given a reason to build. You start by constructing a simple shelter, nothing more than a place to sleep. Your supplies aren't gonna last forever, which gives a reason to farm. You need a place to store your supplies, which gives rise to a warehouse. With the bottom rung of the hierarchy of needs conquered, you're prompted by the game to build some defenses for incoming raiders. Ancient ruins can be repurposed into bunkers, sandbags and barricades can be constructed for cover, walls integrated into the surrounding mountains can protect your town, funneling the enemy down choke points, and the colony's research tab can help you manufacture shiny new weapons. There's always something new to build. The colonists' need for recreation inspires you to build a rec room, complete with a pool table. Injured colonists from battle necessitates the building of a hospital. The need for supplies to expand and run your settlement prompts you to build a factory. The need for new colonists requires you to build a prison. And before you know it, you've already spent hours constructing this small virtual town. The endless need for construction provides a similarly endless stream of motivation. You're motivated to build all of this infrastructure because each building provides a tangible benefit to your base. Each building you construct from the resources you have gathered from the world has a purpose, a reason for being. It's not building for the sake of building. Each new building feels like you're adding a new piece of society, reclaiming the wilds upon which you crash landed. And with complete control of how these buildings look and where to place them, it truly feels like you can build the sci-fi base of your dreams. Your base can look like a layered, fantastical city of the future or a medieval village. However you want to build your colony, you can do it. The way Rimworld does building is, I think, the perfect way to do progression. Every new building feels like you've accomplished something, like you're building towards something great. The building progression in this game makes the game compelling to play. In a way, these buildings tell the story of the expansion of your colony. But what good is a story without? Rimworld is a colony sim that prides itself on being a story generator. Unlike other base building games, it excels in creating unique and personalized stories for each player. In most base building games, you lord over hundreds, if not thousands of citizens, and with so many people to manage, the individuality of each of them fades into the background. Rimworld's approach is to limit the population of colonies, allowing players to get to know each and every one of their citizens. By doing this, the game injects character into their stories. The original launch trailer of the game effectively captures this focus on characters, presenting the progression of the colony from the perspective of its three founding members, Greg the librarian, Elena the royal, and Nelson the soldier. This trailer sets the tone for the game and demonstrates how individual conflicts can arise and affect the characters. Personal experience confirms that Rimworld's focus on characters and individuality makes for compelling gameplay. Raids can be an absolute bullet chest experience where one wrong move means death. A combination of poor foresight and just pure bad luck can lead to lifelong injuries. A bullet could strike your colonist's eye and his vision could be permanently impaired, with the only solution being to acquire a very expensive bionic replacement. A colonist could be pierced to the heart, immediately collapsing from blood loss, and when a colonist dies, you really feel the loss. A soldier isn't simply a casualty. The colony could lose a talented farmer, engineer, or medic, losing a vital part of its operations. A casualty in battle could mean the loss of a close friend or relative. This creates real stakes in the game and adds tension and excitement to each combat encounter.
And just began
Even non-violent challenges like a sudden cold snap can have catastrophic consequences. I had colonists collapsing in the street due to hypothermia. It was only through the efforts of a passing stranger that this colony was able to survive. This mysterious hero constructed campfires near what would have been the deathbeds of all of my colonists. The colony barely escaped alive, albeit with many of its members being significantly weakened. Paolo barely made it out alive, losing an ear to frostbite. Overall, Rimworld succeeds in injecting character and individuality into the game, which gives players something to care about, and it creates compelling stories within the context of this city building game. The combination of how Rimworld handles building as well as its characters makes the game very interesting to play and always makes it feel like you're progressing, even though you're clearly not. Your characters experiencing setbacks is merely the story progressing. Stories have conflict after all, and losses provide you with the opportunity to fail forward. The Rimworld core experience is already quite compelling as is, but if it ever does start to get stale, there's always... While the Rimworld vanilla game is a strong, enjoyable experience, what really adds to this game's infinite replayability is its incredible modding community. With the power of mods, you can add any feature to the game. Do you wish this game had more gun? Well, the Vanilla Furniture Expanded mod, yes you heard that right, adds a variety of turrets, traps, and long-range artillery batteries to boot. Additional mods can also add planes, tanks, and a variety of other weapons of war. But what good are these weapons with nobody new to use them on? With the power of mods, you can add cybernetically enhanced super soldiers, Lovecraftian horrors, and even space communists to fight. Does war not interest you? Do you simply wish to add soup to the game? Well, yeah, you can do that. Rimworld mods can also change the way you play the game entirely. With these two mods, you can turn Rimworld into a space hotel manager game, complete with its own gift shop. This mod turns the game into a medieval settlement manager, and it ain't just reskins. Let me ask you a question. Do you wish this game was just Star Wars? You can completely overhaul the game to just make it Star Wars, complete with Force, lightsabers, and other factions. With all this room for customization, it feels like an endless supply of people are willing to mod this game. Infinite customization of the Rimworld core experience leads to a truly infinite game. I feel like a game like Rimworld only comes once in a blue moon. Very few games I have played have come close to matching the entertainment value that can be extracted from Rimworld. Very few games match this game's ability to do progression. Fewer games still are able to fulfill the promise of truly infinite possibilities. Yet, Rimworld's unique progression and story-generating systems, combined with its strong modding community, truly make this an infinitely replayable game. Rimworld is a truly one-of-a-kind experience that I don't see myself getting tired of for a while. Anyways guys, thank you for watching, and if you don't see any new uploads from me, that's normal, I'm probably just playing Rimworld. So I might consider making more of these longer videos where I just talk about whatever. Next video might be about Zomboid.